Why are there so many czars? Who was this president? Where was he born? Where do his loyalties lie? Why is the CIA, our white blood cells, the equivalent of our white blood cells, why is the CIA being attacked now? Who is the ACLU? Who elected them to office? How did they come to be? Who funds them? You see, when you start asking these questions, you become a very important citizen. You can call yourself an informed citizen. But when anyone tells you you shouldn't ask these questions, you know that you're dealing with a brainwashed moron who is not worthy of your conversation. David in New York on WOR, go ahead, please.
Yeah, hey, Dr. Savage. I really enjoy your show. I'm annoyed. When you were talking before about the ACLU going after the CIA, and it just reminded me how the ACLU felt the need to defend the Nazis and felt the need to just constantly defend those that I would consider, just kind of engage in things to usurp our fundamental foundation.
Right, that's correct. And some of the defenders of the Nazis' right to march in Skokie, Illinois, are some of our great First Amendment lawyers, to give you some idea of who they really are. But what's your question?
Where are they getting this money from, and are they a not-for-profit? If they're not-for-profit, how can they maintain this not-for-profit status and also engage in...
Well, because their friends in the government make certain that they don't violate the law. Even if they do, the government will never pursue them. It's just like Media Matters. Media Matters is a 501c3-type corporation, nonprofit, but in fact they focus only on conservative talk radio, which makes them a political organization, which means they're violating nonprofit status, which means that they should be investigated by the U.S. government and their nonprofit status removed. But since the government is their friends, since they are the government, these groups, the ACLU, Media Matters, National Lawyers Guild, are effectively now our government. But your question is, where does the ACLU get their money from? Isn't that right?
Correct.
Okay. You have to look at the predominant donors to the ACLU to get that answer. And it's hidden. It's very well hidden. But I happen to know, because I researched this, that the principal donors, the largest single donors to the ACLU in recent years was a family called Sandler, S-A-N-D-L-E-R. The Sandlers, Herbert Sandler, now hold on because you're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you. Herbert Sandler is the former CEO and CO with his wife Marion Sandler of Golden West Financial Corporation. Golden West was sold in 2006, shortly before the blowout of the banks, for $24 billion to Wachovia Bank. People have investigated Golden West's fortune. Golden West deals, and many of their mortgages were in the subprime market. You following me? So they bailed out. They sold the bank for $24 billion to Wachovia. They gave, the last I checked, $9 million. The Herbert Sandler and Marion Sandler gave $9 million to the ACLU. Does that answer your question in part?
No, it does in part as to where they got the $9 million, but it just seems to me the type of activities they're engaging in, that they have to be...
Well, but you asked where does the ACLU get money? I'm telling you, from radical liberals like the Sandlers. They gave them $9 million. Now the result is the CIA is being investigated. Could it be because the CIA or the FBI was on the track of investigating Golden West Financial? How do we know that there's not a connection here? How do we know there's not a connection here? That it's all about covering their own tracks? Do we have any way of knowing that? Texas, Jim, you're on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Michael, thank you all for what you do for standing up for us on the radio. My comment was on the CIA, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for the CIA and the FBI.
And so do I. Without them, we would have been dead a long time ago. The country would have been lost. Okay, we know that. I don't understand how anybody in America doesn't understand that.
I think they're our last defense. I keep hoping every morning that we get up, there's going to be a news story that the CIA has uncovered this crooked, just exposed the crooked government that we have.
Or how about the CIA is going to expose the ACLU for their foreign ties? Or how about the CIA has finally uncovered the relationship between Media Matters and foreign entities? Wouldn't those be wonderful headlines if they were true? Well, let me explain something. No organism, whether it be a nation or a human being, can survive if its immune system is compromised or destroyed. And by going after the white blood cells, as the ACLU does regularly, meaning the police, the soldiers, the Marines, and now the CIA, what they're trying to do is, in essence, destroy our white blood cells, our internal defense mechanism. They will kill us all if they're not stopped. And I don't know what it's going to take for the people to finally rise up and say, enough is enough. I want to unmask the character who's running the ACLU. We want a thorough investigation of this man because he has a name. We want to know why he hates the CIA. We want to know why he hates the FBI. We want to know why he hates America and who he works for. Wouldn't that be a good series of questions to begin with?
It would be excellent if somebody has got the cojones to ask them. I hope they do.
We can ask all the questions we want, but who's going to follow it up? Brian Williams of ABC News?
No, I'm hoping that the CIA...
You think one of the empty skirts in the media is going to follow up a question like this? Are they going to look into who the head of the ACLU is and what his background is? Are they going to look into the connections between Media Matters and foreign powers? Are they going to look into why the Sandlers gave $9 million to the ACLU? You think you're going to see that in a local newspaper? Before this show is over, I can guarantee you that this question series, this line of questioning will be ended. No reporter in America will touch these questions. Not one.
By the government.
Not one. And that's why Michael Savage is on the banned in Britain list. That is why the vermin in Britain, the Labour government, released the Lockerbie bomber, but will not take my name off a list of murderers and terrorists. That is why the rat vermin in the American left continues to say I belong on that list and continues to support the Lockerbie bombers. Have you heard one person on the left say the Lockerbie bomber should not have been released? Did you hear one person in the media say that from MSNBC, more snotty nonsense by chicks? Did any one of the empty suits on MSNBC say this is an outrage? Because I must have missed it. In essence, they cheered it. They went along with the program. So that's why I say to you, it's one man, it's David and Goliath. And I'm not Goliath, I'm David. But the vermin will have you believe I'm Goliath. One man alone, think about it, against an entire government. Is this not a repeat of history? Now, I've been thinking about the David and Goliath story. I am going to win because I'm right and Goliath is wrong. I will win. It's going to probably take a lot more time than I thought. Even though I'm right, even though I'm innocent, and even though they're wrong and even though they're evil, doesn't mean that things change overnight. And that's because we have a complicit and compliant radical left-wing media that refuses to cover the story, and that includes your favorite talk show hosts who are now on the side of the opposition. Do you know that your talk show hosts that you think are on your side and the side of America, by not covering this story, even though they may hate my guts, even though they may fear me because I'm 100 times smarter than them, even though they may fear me because I'm their competitor, by not covering the story, do you know that they've taken the side of the opposition? They have de facto taken the side of the British government. Put that in your golf bag and hit it, Rush. I'll be right back. Savage.